Welcome to the Vin Smoke Benji channel. My name is Benji, and today Oda is supplying us with the One Piece waifus, and it's a lovely sight, my boys, because God, I absolutely love to see it. But also, there's more. We also get our first sight at the Sword organization, well, kinda, and its members. And not only that, this may be the very first chapter where we get to see the famous Dr. Vagabond in the flesh. But before I begin, please don't be shy. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I make weekly One Piece videos as well as other anime videos as well. And I have a couple projects that I'm working on as we speak, but please be patient with your boy. I promise you, I'm gonna be coming back with that heat. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the Geek Giant podcast, as well as go ahead and join the Geek Giant Discord, one of the dopest anime communities in any kind of Discord server that you can ever be a part of. But let's not waste any more of your time. Let's go ahead and begin the chapter review of chapter 1061 of One Piece, Egghead, the Island of the Future. So to start, we begin with the cover story detailing the Germa 66 rescue mission, and basically it looks like Niji and Yanji are actually being successfully rescued. And along with Germa 66, it looks like Caesar Clown is accompanying them. And not gonna lie, he looks a little disoriented, but I am honestly super excited to see Caesar Clown and Judge interact, especially being a part of the MADS program, I believe. But to begin the chapter, we begin with what happened last chapter of we actually got to see Jewelry Bonnie come out of nowhere. And it seems like Luffy had attempted to both save Chopper and Bonnie. And Bonnie, from the looks of it, looks very out of breath and discombobulated. And it appears that Bonnie isn't necessarily worried about the water, yet she is more interested in the scary thing beneath the water surface. And she's even attempting to go ahead and warn the other Straw Hat members. And in a beautiful panel, we see Oda really go to work with his pen, and basically we see this panel of a shark-like creature coming up to the water surface, and it looks like it's in bite radius of the Thousand Sunny. The shark-like creature then attempts to swallow the Thousand Sunny whole, but the Thousand Sunny escapes just in the nick of time. And if you know, the shark in this panel seems to have some writing on the side of it. And Zoro even mentions in this panel that it's too big to be a shark and it's made out of metal. And this will make a bit more sense a little bit later on in the chapter. We cut to Jinbei, who notices that Luffy, Chopper, and Bonnie have all fallen into the sea. And this is obviously bad because all of them are Devil Fruit users. Jinbei springs into action and actually gives Frankie the direction to take the helm of the ship. Frankie maneuvers in order to get away from the shark, but in essence, these sharks are different and they have rocket launchers coming out of their mouths. Unfortunately, Frankie's attempt to escape the large metal shark doesn't go as planned, and the remainder of the Straw Hats capsize off of the Sunny. We then cut back to Jinbei, who seems to be successful in his rescue mission of Luffy, Chopper, and Bonnie. Yet immediately as he surfaces, the shark actually spots him and immediately throws a rocket straight their way. And then he gives the direction to Luffy, Chopper, and Bonnie to go ahead and get in as much breath as you can because they have to go back underwater. And in this moment as well, we also see the rest of the Straw Hats underwater as well. And then out of nowhere, we see a robot pull up right next to the shark underwater, and he has the label of Vagaforce, which is a fire name, by the way. And he immediately proceeds to body the shark with one hit. But moving away from that just a little bit, after this we cut briefly to the naval base, the G14 naval base, and we actually catch up with Tashigi. And she is actually accompanied by the children that we actually got to see in Punk Hazard many arcs ago. And it also seems like they are being rehabbed back to the normal size, the normal kid sizes. So that is actually a really good thing. But then we cut to baddie number 1 of the chapter, Dog. And I don't know who this is, but hey, Oda, like you in your bag, my boy. And she's a new character and she's labeled as the Vice Admiral of the G14 naval base. And Doll is asking Tashigi to calm Himepo down, who is currently asking for help saving Kobe from the Blackbeard pirates. And also in this chapter, it seems like it's confirmed that Himepo and another commander by the name of Hibari are all members of SWORD. Now, a quick reminder, SWORD is a Marine Headquarters Secret Special Forces and is currently led by ex-Drake, who is very much a fraud! And I don't even know if he's dead or not, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. And their missions and basically their whole organization is very much a mystery. But in this chapter, we actually get a couple members of SWORD's names. But back to Himepo, he's actually asking a new character, Prince Gruss, another member of SWORD, to accompany him in hopefully saving Kobe, who has been confirmed to be under the captivity of the Blackbeard pirates. But Prince Gruss lets it be known that this is too much of a dangerous mission to even fathom, especially going into Blackbeard's headquarters, which is the pirate island. Himepo even suggests bringing in one of the SSG members or the Seraphim members, yet Gruss has to speak with logic and he says this: "Are you crazy? Both of you calm down. At the moment we can't get a hold of Drake either. We're in no position to act right now, is that clear?" Now this leads me to believe that this current arc is going to be directly tied to the arc with Kobe, and I would love to see what transpires after this. But then we cut to Luffy, Jinbei, Chopper, and holy Bonnie is baddie number 2 of the chapter, and she decides that she wants to get dried off. Yeah. But Bonnie is surprised that Luffy doesn't remember her, or the fact that she's a supernova member along with Luffy. Now, I really like this statement. It seems that Bonnie was interested on why Luffy's hair wasn't white like his wanted poster, since he's a newly appointed Yonko. And obviously that's because Luffy was in Gear 5th when the wanted poster picture was taken. Absolute peak. But the response by Luffy is what really caught my eye. Check this out. He says, "Oh, that's just how I look when I'm totally free." Now this kind of makes it seem like it's already confirmed that Luffy does have autonomy over his body, and with addition, the capabilities of this fruit are literally endless. He's totally free. Now I like this a lot, but I do want to ask the question, will Luffy's Gear 5th form be BB? Now I like this a lot, but I would like to know, is Luffy's Gear 5th form activated of his own will? Basically, does he need to die in order for Gear 5th to be activated, or can he activate it willingly without any side effects like Gear 4th? But Bonnie continues to ask questions until Jinbei has a question of his own. He asks, "What happened to your ship and your crew?" And according to Bonnie, she actually came alone, and the reason that she doesn't have a ship is because one of the metal sharks ate it. She also says that she is starving, and so is Luffy. Luffy even suggests going to a restaurant, and Bonnie has to enlighten him that that is absolutely impossible. And the reason why that is because they are on Egghead Island, the research laboratory for Dr. Vagabond. And according to Bonnie, her and Vagabond have some business to take care of. And then we cut back to the panel of the robot who actually one-shotted the shark. And shout out to my Discord people for the similarities in this panel, but we see an awesome panel of the robot basically holding the Thousand Sunny with 2 hands, really kind of gracefully. But the robot in the back actually looks just like the Iron Giant. I want you to see the comparisons here. And the Iron Giant is a goated movie, just saying. But the reactions from the Straw Hats, especially from Usopp and especially from my guy Frankie, are crazy. And honestly, I believe that Frankie has been amazed like this before, but we usually just see Chopper and Usopp get really excited about these inventions, because it's usually Frankie the one making them, not the one actually witnessing the same kind of technology. And that's a hit for later. But the rest of the crew is like, it's alright. But Sanji, my boy, lets it be known that someone is coming out of the robot. Frankie tells the strange person that they are thankful for them saving them. And then we see yet another baddie come out of nowhere. Oda, you gotta chill, my boy, you gotta chill. And the woman says this: "Forgive me, but did you just say I saved you? Oh, you naive pirates. I work for the government despite my mediocrity. They like to call me their scientific genius. You can call me Dr. Vagabond. And then the chapter ends with her saying that. And honestly, this is crazy. So first off, right off the bat, Oda loves drawing him some baddies in his manga. It's a chosen fact, my boy Oda. Now second, the Vagapunk situation. Now we have been described in the story as readers that Vagapunk is considered to be older and he is considered to be a man. Yet from the looks of it, it don't look like that's either. So here are a couple of theories, and I saw one of them that I would like to point out from one of my Twitter mutuals. If you look at the hair of Dr. Vagapunk, it seems like hair is covering one of her eyes. Now, if you know in the series, that's very synonymous with a particular set of individuals within One Piece, the Vinsmokes. This could be Sanji's aunt, a sister to Sora, having the maiden name Vagapunk. And this could mean that Judge as well as Vagapunk's sister Sora basically got together in some kind of arranged marriage in order to gain scientific supremacy over the world. And that will be a crazy twist of fate and add even more depth to Sanji and his family tree. And here's another theory, maybe Vagapunk maybe wanted to get gender swapped by Ivankov, and maybe we'll get a little bit more information on maybe Crocodile being gender swapped as well. Who knows, but I would like to see if that happened, or if Vagapunk wanted to emulate Ivankov's Devil Fruit and use it on himself or herself. Whatever the case. Now this could be very interesting, but I do feel like the last one and the most one that I'm leaning towards is Vagapunk maybe having different bodies, and each one of them he has sentience over those bodies. Especially since the number 2 is written on the left titty, I mean the left part of her chest. Yeah, the left part of her chest. But there is a break next week, unfortunately, but I'm very interested to see what you guys think in the comments down below. What are you excited to see in the next chapter? Do you think that Vagapunk is truly a woman? Do you think that Vagapunk is related to Sanji? And more importantly, what is the business that Bonnie has with Vagapunk? I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this chapter review. I love all of you guys. Thank you for all of the love and support. And I'll see you guys in the next one.